Hi kings and queens, welcome back to my channel. If you've been finding it difficult to achieve a soft clean glam, this particular tutorial is for you. Please do stay tuned and watch the rest of this video. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Lizzie. You're welcome to this channel. So I'm here today with my beautiful client, extremely beautiful, and I'm going to start off by drawing the brows. So what I did was to apply a hair gel on the brows just so that everything stays in place. It just keeps the brows in place and intact. Thereafter, I went in with powder, a light shade of powder. You can see how light and highlighted the brows are looking already. After that, I went in with this brown carite gel and I'm just drawing thin lines. I went ahead to draw a thin line under the brow and also went ahead to draw another thin line at the top of the brow with a flat brush. Let your brush be as flat as possible, and at every stroke I went ahead to use a face wipe to clean the brush and then applied the gel again, went ahead to use a face wipe to clean the brush. I actually do love this gel. Is actually an eyeliner, but I usually use it for brows. I actually do love it because it just gives me what I want. The product is amazing. So right now I'm filling in the space where she does not have enough hairs, and I'll be going in with thin strokes all the way. So it's one thing to draw one brow and another thing to draw the second brow to look like the first one. So this actually takes practice. Practice makes perfect, so you need to continue practicing, and at the end of the day you are going to get it. But if you want a detailed brow tutorial, I'm going to link one of my brow tutorials in this particular video so that you guys can see. So going in with the same flat brush, I've actually cleaned it. At this point I'm going to highlight under the brow using a lighter shade of concealer, which is about 3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, underneath the brow to highlight it. And then for the inner corner of the brow, I'm going to go in with her shade of foundation, and at this point I'm just going to drag the concealer and the foundation towards the transition area and blend it properly. So right now I'm going to pick up a more fluffy brush and blend all that area properly. So for the top of the brow, I want this brow to look like really snatched, like very snatched. So for the top of the brow, I'm still going to go in with her shade of foundation, and this foundation that I used at the inner corner of the brows and the top of the brow is from Cheek Cosmetics, and I'm just going to highlight that area like this because I want the brow to pop, and go in with the same fluffy brush again just to blend all of that into her skin properly. So at this point I feel like I'm comfortable with what I have. The brows are not looking too different, they're actually looking almost similar. They may not really necessarily look like twins, but you can make them look like sisters. So I'm applying concealer at the top of her lid like this, the crease area and towards the transition area, and I'm just blending with a blending brush. And then right now I'm going to go in with eye primer, and this eye primer that I'm using is from Ben9. I've been using this for quite some time and it's really beautiful. It's amazing. Their product is really amazing. Ben9 eye primer, and I'm just going to apply that at the top of her crease area like this. Make sure that you do not drag, you just tap at the top of the crease area. So at this point I'm going to go in with this pinkish shade. I think this is pink, yes, pinky shade of shadow. This actually came in a blush palette, but I'm just going to use it and I'm just going to apply that on the transition area and then go in with an orange shade and blend like this. So once you apply these two colors together, this is what you're supposed to have. So right now I'm going to go in with a milk shade of shadow, which is from Gele Cosmetics, and I'm just going to apply on her crease area like this. I'm going to tap. Once your client opens her eyes, you need to make sure that you don't apply powder or any form of eyeshadow at all. You need to make sure that you blend, go in with your brush again and blend before applying shadows. So for the outer corner of the eyes, I had to go in with a purple shade of shadow and then just blended everything together. I had to blend all the colors together. So right now for eyeliner, I'm going in with this Carrite eyeliner, which is in a black shade, and I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to make sure that I take my time, use the same flat brush that I used for the brows to draw. Make sure that your lines are as thin as possible, especially if the person does not have hooded eyes, as the eyes are not really, you know, big, or the lids are not really big. So right now I'm just going to go in with face wipes just to wipe off the dirt from her face, and at this point I'm going in with moisturizer from MIS Bomb, and I'm just going to use my hands to apply this generously all over her face. Concentrate on the T-zone area, and I'm just going to apply on her forehead, underneath her eyes, her jaw, in these areas you can see me do. And then I'm going to go in with hydrating serum from Zaron Cosmetics and then apply that all over her face. Make sure that all of that sinks into her skin properly. So I'm just going to apply the hydrating serum in these areas that you can see right now. I'm going to concentrate on the T-zone area. This is going to give me a nice blended look. It's going to give me a nice blended effect, and it's just going to make the skin pop. So I'm just going ahead to use my hands to blend all of that generously into her skin, and I'm going to prime her face using this face primer from Flawless Ivy Cosmetics, and I'm just going to apply this on her T-zone areas, these areas that you can see me do, the forehead, underneath the eyes, the jaw, just so that the makeup can last long. Okay, so right now I am going to apply setting spray on the beauty blender and on her face. If you want a long lasting makeup, then you have to use this step. So I'm going to go in with V Beauty foundation. I'll drop the shade in the description box because I actually cannot remember that right now, but this foundation is mad. It's really cool, and I'm just going to apply that all over her face. You can see how flawless that looks. You need to make sure that you tap on the face, do not drag, and you're tapping because you want to cover up all pores on her face or scars. Moving on, I am going to highlight, and I'm using this light shade of concealer from Zaron Cosmetics, which is about 3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, to highlight the T-zone areas. And then for the outer corner of these areas, I'm going to go in with her shade of foundation, which is from Cheek Cosmetics, and I'm just going to apply that in these areas. And then after that I am going to blend using my beauty blender. But right now I'm going to spray before going ahead to blend, just so that everything stays intact and I have a clean effect. So I'll start from the darker shade before entering into the lighter shade, and this is just how I am going to blend. You can see from the video that I am tapping and not dragging. Tap on the face, guys, do not drag. And then I am going to blend underneath the eyes, the forehead, the nose. I think that so many people do not get it correctly when they use brushes and beauty blenders that they are not supposed to use on the face. That's why you have all those harsh lines here and there. You need to make sure that you make use of the right tools and products. And then right now I'm going to contour using this V Beauty powder palette, and I'm going to go in with one of their dark shades and just contour the nose and blend. You don't want that place to look too harsh. You don't want it to look too harsh, so you need to make sure that you use a lighter shade of powder and blend. And then for setting powder, I'm going in with Adventure setting powder, and I'm just going to apply it in the areas where she can easily sweat, basically her T-zone areas, just these areas that you can see me apply it on. And then after applying in these areas, I'm going to let it to bake and set for a while. Let it just absorb all the sweat and moisture on the face. So, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead to apply the setting powder on the nose, and I'm going to pick a smaller brush to do this because I want that place to be as thin as possible, not fat or not huge, because I want the nose to give me, like, I want to have a pointed effect. So for blush, I'm going in with an orange shade of blush on the face like this, and I'm going to blend. So while you apply makeup on the face, in the areas where you can go in with bigger brushes, you should use bigger brushes. And in the areas where it will be difficult for you to penetrate with bigger brushes, you should use smaller brushes. Like underneath the eyes, you need to go in with smaller brushes, but if you're applying powder all over the face, you need to go in with a bigger brush or bigger brushes, as the case may be. So for reverse contour, I'm going to apply the setting powder underneath the cheekbone like this, just so that that place can pop. And then for her lips today, I'm going in with this brow gel. It's in a brown shade, this Carite brow gel, which I usually use, but it's actually an eyeliner. And I'm just going to line the top of her lips like this. I'm just going to cover up all these areas like this, the outer corner of her lip. And then for the lip again, I am going in with foundation, her shade of foundation, and I'm going to blend until I am able to conceal all those lines on her lips. And I'm just going to ask her to smudge by smacking her lips together and basically just blend. So I'm just going to go in with gloss because I want the whole makeup to pop. So that is it, guys. Right now I am going to use my powder from V Beauty Cosmetics to buff out the excess setting powder that we have on her face. You need to use her shade of powder in the places where you highlighted. Make sure you use a lighter shade of powder to blend all of that out. In the places where you contoured, use a darker shade of powder. And I'm going to highlight the top of her cheekbone like this, just so that the makeup can pop, using this Zaron eyeshadow palette, which is in a gold shade. I'm just going to use that to highlight these areas, and also her nose, her forehead and jaw, just so that the whole makeup can pop. You can see how beautiful it already looks, guys. You can see how beautiful it is. So I'm going to pick up my flat brush again, because it's the only brush that can help me penetrate underneath the eyes, that is applying an eyeliner underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to use the flat brush to line under the eyes using my Carite eyeliner, which is in the black shade. Drag the skin down a little bit with another brush and then just line it. You can see what it already looks, guys. This is the look, guys. So at this point, I'm going to go in with setting spray just so that the whole makeup can last. And this setting spray is from Kiss Beauty. And then right now I'm going to go in with falsies. There's actually this trend that I've been seeing on TikTok. You have to cut your falsies into 3 and then apply, and that was what I did. It was really amazing. I actually liked the after effect. I loved it a lot. So that is it, guys. And then she wanted a turban like type of hair tie, and I had to do justice to it. So this is actually a black fabric. You just any black fabric you have, you could actually use it to achieve this. I'm just going to place it on top her head like this, behind her ears, and then knot it at the back. Then bring one hand to the front like this, and I'm just going to pin that the way you can see me do right now. I'm just going to pin that one side like this. And then for the second hand of the fabric, I am going to repeat the same process. I'll bring it downwards a little bit like this, and then pin it, and then hide those threads that you can see all over the fabric like that. And then I'm just going to pin everything so that everything sits properly, it stays nice and secure. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, guys. I really love it when you guys do that. If you've not turned on your notification button, please do that so that each time I post, you get a notification and you'll be the first to know. I actually did enjoy my time creating this look, and just so you know, it will be her birthday in April 21st, and I'm wishing her the best that life has to offer her. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you all in my next. Bye.